So my name is Jigme Duntak, and I'm a Tibetan Canadian. And basically, I'm concerned about the mining operations that your company is engaging in Gyama. So basically, I'm sure as you're aware, in 2009, in June, I believe, there was a protest. The Tibetan population there rose up and protested the mine, asking for it to be shut down, citing reasons such as environmental degradation caused by the mine as reason for their protests. And I've read reports saying like the mine has caused like contamination to the local water supply, also things like degradation to the flora and fauna in the region, and also poisoning the domestic animals. And apparently something like more than 1,000 domestic animals have died as a result of drinking the poisoned water. So basically the organization that I represent, or the organization that I'm working with, Students for Free Tibet, we've tried to contact your organization many times, and we try to ask for a response, your company's response to these protests, and we've yet to receive one response. So basically, as far as I know, your company has not made one social risk impact assessment in the Gyama area, nor have they consulted with the Tibetan government in exile in order to make sure that the interests of Tibetans are being reached. So my first question is that how are you communicating these concerns to your investors that are concerned with these sort of social and political issues, and especially since they have real financial and reputational risk factors to your company? And secondly, just my second question has to do with the denial of basic freedoms in Tibet. So as most people know, Tibetans in Tibet are denied the most basic forms of freedom, and same as the Chinese as well. So basically, my organization has taken the stance that a Canadian company cannot responsibly engage in mining in Tibet until Tibetans are in a position to decide how their natural resources are used. So, for example, just to get to my question, in eastern Tibet, there was just now, actually occurring right now, there's a monastery that's being surrounded by Chinese police. Hundreds of Tibetans have been beaten, arrested, and there's even been 2 elderly Tibetans that have been killed. So this is all in response to a peaceful protest. So if something like this happens at your mine, where Tibetans peacefully protest your mine, and the Chinese government comes, cracks down, kills, shoots, jails many of the local Gyama population, what sort of contingencies does your organization or your company have set to deal with this? Thank you.
Any more questions?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm
okay, if you call me the businessman right now, I'm ready to talk, right? Executive, vice president. I'm not politician. Because in your question, you just related some political issues that I'm not interested in that. Second, your question is your question. Maybe it's not true. Okay. Because your question is too long, I cannot exactly remember what you say. Based on my memory, I can roughly answer your question.
Okay.
First, you mentioned about the protesters. We just been here. Okay, I've been in Canada for almost 11 years. I joined this company only 2 years. During these 2 years, only one time I met some people, they're like young students, and they just stand there, say something, and they just make some post, okay, and then they just getting around, and when the reporters come to there, they just suddenly make some posture like ropes, like they pretend that there's something really, like they kill something. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. Okay, so let's say I don't know what you mentioned about the protesting. I only went once last year. I don't know when it happened. As to your question, how to connect it to our company, we have a website there. We have all the contact numbers. So we have email there. You can very easily call the number to Beijing, to Hong Kong, to Vancouver, to wherever. Frankly, I am manager there. So anytime you call up office, somebody is right away to answer your phone calls, no problem. And the third one, you mentioned just the some environmental problem. You know what? Like I said, people, the local government, Tibet is the one province of China, so they just whole system is the same. So number one, people in that local government, and they said in this opening ceremony of the Gyama project, they said Gyama project like very high standard. Down the road, any miner go there have to follow. What does it mean? And he gives lots of the details. One of them is the high standard of environmental protection, because we use some special technology. We call it dry kelly. That means the zero discharge. I don't know technically where did you heard or know this come from. Zero, there's no leaking, zero discharge. Technically, we call that dry kelly. If you know something, a little bit knowledge about this, you will know there's no contaminant. Okay, the protection of the environment is high level standard we set there. It's no problem. You mean some like sheep or some like animals, the diet? I don't think so. I heard the one story, not really sure it happened in SSH or Jama. Only one sheep, they come to the garbage can, and it just eat some like plastic, the bag, and it cannot digest that. Because that, it died. And after that, people, so the sheep like that because of the sweetie taste, the plastic bag. So people just increase the height of the garbage can to protect the sheep and the animals. So that's what I know. As to the shooting, killing, have you been there? I don't know. I've been there twice. I didn't say anything about that. So that's a political issue. I'm not interested, and I don't answer.